Hello YouTube. This video I'm going to call the con of the cons, and I'm going to start off by telling you a little bit that I found out in the last 20 years of doing comic cons, film cons, horror cons and everything else, and how I've started right at the bottom, going to leisure centres, all the way through to some big companies. I started off as an autograph collector, and I wanted to meet actors and have my pictures taken, and it was just great, you know, someone off the TV. I've always liked it. Growing up in London, I was lucky enough to work with a few in a security role for them personally, which was good. You know, I've met some really good people, and I've also worked for conventions. So much so I worked up as a guest manager, and my role as a guest manager was airport ones, collecting them, looking after them, making sure they're okay in the hotel. And this is where I've decided to call this video the con of the cons. This is on the inside. Now you come to the film conventions and you're paying somewhat of, it used to be anywhere like £10-15 an autograph. Some of them now are £80, and I've stopped going because of that. Now I've been doing conventions for many years. All of the autographs I've got now, I've got in excess of 1,000. They're all in folders under the bed in storage. I never look at them. I never get them out. They're there while I've spent all this money. The money I spend at a convention, I could take my family to Disneyland Paris, and this is just in one day. Okay, it becomes addictive. They do these announcements. They all do it. Oh, you know, on a certain day at a certain time, we're gonna, we're gonna get a new guest and all this other stuff, and you go mad for it. And you buy the photos, and you buy the autographs, and you're doing all this other stuff, and your tickets. And it's all good for a lot of people. It's good, you know, and they meet a lot of these people. But here's where some of these conventions make their money. They'll get a guest in principle. Now, I know this from working through this isn't just one company, this is like 4 or 5 different conventions that I've worked for. They'll get a guest in principle. There's no contracts have been signed, but they'll announce that guest, okay? And it could be a big name, and everybody wants to see this person. So they'll pay for the photograph and everything, they'll book all that. They'll also buy the entry tickets. Then the convention will then turn around and tell you, sorry, they can't make it due to filming schedules or some other bullshit. What's really happened is the guest wants too much money. They're asking stupid amounts of money and the conventions won't pay it. So they just say, sorry everybody, they're not coming now. But what they won't tell you straight away, they'll leave it 3 or 4 weeks. In that time, you're buying entry tickets that are non-refundable. They will refund the photos, but they don't refund the get-in tickets, okay? That's just one thing that pretty much all of them will get you one, okay? They'll find out that there's going to be a cancellation, and then they won't tell you straight away. And I know this because I've witnessed it, okay? I've been luckily enough to work as a voluntary agent to one of the biggest film franchises ever to come out of America, and I got to know the cast pretty well. And one of them was announced. I'm not going to go too much into it, okay, but one of them was announced for a convention, and this particular guest told me that they had to pull out for filming. They were part of a major Hollywood film. There's no way out of it. It's a big deal. They're going to postpone it to come the following year because they've got a major lead role. But this particular convention carried on selling tickets on this person until 3 days before the event, which means they knew 6 months before that guest was never coming in the first place. And people are buying entry tickets and photos just to see that one guest. That guest then, sorry guys, this person's had to work, they're not coming. Here's your photo shoot money back, but they don't refund the entry tickets. That's one way that a lot of them, if not all of them, will get you on. Okay. Also working with them, you'll get situations where people are constantly moaning at the crew, at supervisors, pit bosses, whatever you want to call them, higher up, and piss and moan. Okay, and they will constantly, oh, I'm not happy about this, I'm not happy about that. Let me tell you what I had to do as a guest manager, okay? I had to make sure they're all at breakfast in the morning, okay? Now, a lot of them haven't been on TV since the mid-90s, but yet they think that there's some Hollywood big shot that can take the piss, when really, in reality, they're a fucking nobody. Very few people are fucking interested, yet they walk around like they own the fucking place, expecting more. They want more signings, they want more money, they want this and they want that. So I've had to deal with all that shit, right? Then, trying to get them on the fucking minibus and everything else in the mornings. This is when I've been driving them, but before now it's coaches, or some of them have private cars. There's been a time when a private car's pulled up and they're not even out of fucking bed, because they've spent the entire night up in the bar doing drugs and playing away, shall we say. And I've had situations with some actors where I've had to physically carry them with a slip disc to their rooms, and they have been throwing up, they've pissed themselves, and you're thinking, in 3 hours you've got to be at breakfast. They don't give a shit, a lot of them. Okay. I don't even know really where I'm going to go with this, but it's been a horrible road. It's the worst road I think I could have ever have got into in the first place, because not only has it put me off watching some films because of the actors that I've met are such little bitches that they've gone running back to their agent. Oh, I'm not being treated well enough. You're not fucking Tom Hanks, mate. You know, if you were gonna make major money, you're gonna be treated majorly fucking well. But the fact that you're just gonna make your guarantee, no, you'll get on the fucking bus like everybody else, like we all fucking have to. A lot of them are really greedy. So it's put me off, a lot of them. I've had major falling outs. I came close to having a physical fight with one very, very big 80s and 90s actor, and I mean, it came full on. Because they take the piss. A lot of them do. Now, all of this is going on behind closed doors. You turn up and you sit down, you'll get in the line, you'll pay your autograph money, you will have your photos taken, you'll meet your idol, and you think, yeah, this is absolutely great. Because you've just paid 80 quid for a 3-second autograph. They're charging all this money to meet the fans, the people who put them in that position in the first place. Now, if I was lucky enough to have a fan base big enough that it's given me job opportunities to be on TV and do this and put kids through college and buy houses, I am not going to charge stupid amounts of money for an autograph. Yet they do. Some of them are over £100 for an autograph, and this is just a very quick signature. You need to think about all this. They don't give a shit about the fans, they want the fucking money. I've also had situations where, one in particular, which has hurt me beyond, and I mean beyond. I had someone befriend me, and I let them in my home. They stayed in my home. I travelled the country with them, coming to different conventions. I arranged for them to come to the hotel for drinks and food. which I paid for. This person never fucking paid for a fucking thing. I paid for. I sorted out. I arranged to sit down with actors in a hotel, many a different occasion. They've used my name to get closer to some of the other actors, and as soon as I went for a real rough patch in my personal life, and I couldn't physically carry on with conventions anymore, they not only did they take me off Facebook, they opened a new account, they opened a new PlayStation account, they changed the number, they completely blocked me from their life. And it was the biggest kick in the dick ever, that this person you think is such a good friend was using me the entire time to get close to the actors and to get free shit. I am currently on antidepressants because of it, because it's fucked me up that much. It hurt that much that this person who I thought was a friend would put me through that and just disappear like that. So much so that I've completely stopped doing conventions altogether now. This person also made me believe that friends, I say friends, people that I met through the conventions were using me. They would constantly talk about these people, so much so that I believed this person. I took them all off Facebook and had a fresh start. I just kept the convention life completely separate to everything else. I've then since seen this person's new account, and the people who they constantly slagged off and got me to walk away from, this person is now best friends with all of them. So I don't know what the score is there, and to be honest, I don't really give a fuck anymore. I'm done with the anger. I've gone through the anger stage. I'm never going to have to see this person again. I'm never going to have to hear from them again. It's done. They're dead to me. So this is what I call the con of the cons. Working for the film cons, you do get to see these actors up close and personal. You get some, depending on what level you are. I've had some where I have just been standing outside handing out fucking leaflets, and then I've worked all my way up. So I've been in a position where every single one of them knows who I am. They report directly to me for any problems, any other bits and pieces. They all come to me. Now, I'm not going to start name dropping on here, but I wouldn't advise anyone to get involved with conventions, because I've worked with some people that have fucked me off that much. I can never watch their films again. Every time they pop on TV, I turn it off and think, oh, I want to fuck you up. That's how bad it is. Drugs are rife at conventions with a lot of the actors. They normally bring it in with them. I've even had some of them smoke it on a minibus. Well, I've then had to tell them to stop, and then I've had their agent on the phone. Do you know who this person is? No, I don't know who this person is, because I wasn't alive in the 70s and they've made one fucking film. You know, sharing it. But it's shit. If you like going to the conventions, good. I've been there. I was a major fan. I would travel the country going to them. I'd also travel the country at my expense, working for them, working within them, working with the actors, working with the conventions. It was good while it lasted. It was good on a sense that I've been able to meet these people that I've grown up watching on TV, and they know who I am. They phone me up. We have phone conversations. We have Skype, video, Facebook chat, And it's good that I've built up a friendship with these people that I was starstruck with at first, but now they're mates. I have good banter with them. And my favourites out of all, by far the best that I've ever worked with, is the cast of Nightmare on Elm Street. Love every single one of them. They are the real deal. There's no fucking about in the hotel. They turn up. They are the first ones. Funny enough, the cast of Nightmare on Elm Street are the first ones at breakfast. They're the first ones at the convention, and they're the last ones ready to leave. They go the extra mile. I love working with them. I love working with all of them. And the other one is the original Losers Club of Stephen King's It. Working with those guys, it was mind-blowing. I was actually able to work with all of those in February of this year, as well as some more people from Nightmare on Elm Street, and they are the best guys I have ever worked with, and I've never had problems with. They turn up, they go home, they get paid. Everything was great. They went the extra mile with the guests, with people like yourself that are coming to see them. Absolutely brilliant guys. For a lot of the other franchises, I'm not even going to go there because it really wouldn't be fair. But the con of the cons is working for them. Don't do it. I'm advising all of you, don't crew anywhere for free. Some of them will pay you either in vouchers or a little bit of money just for helping them out. They'll give you lunch and give you drinks and everything else. Some of them will even pay you travel and hotel. There are good ones out there, but if you are a movie buff or you're a TV buff and you want to keep in your mind how nice these people are and your experiences when you've actually gone and seen them, you've shaken around, had a quick picture and they're all nice to you, if you want to keep it like that so you can go home and think, they're an absolutely brilliant person, I've met him, or I've met her, absolutely great, keep it like that, turn up and do it, because when you start working for them, and they get to know your face, they get to know your name, you see the real them. Some of them are really, really good. Others, horrible. Really, really horrible. Just like normal people. They are normal people. But some of them have fucked me off that much, or I can never watch their films again. I've actually got rid of all their stuff. Because I had a major row. I'm not going to ever elaborate on anything else. I will never even ask what you want. I'm never going to give names. I'm never going to say where I was or who I was working for or anything like that. But I'm just letting you know the con of the cons is working for them, is crewing for them. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. It's ruined my life doing it. I had people I thought were my friends just disappear. As soon as I stopped doing it, they all went. They didn't want to know anymore. And I was just out of my arse very, very quickly. People started to disappear off my Facebook. People stopped returning my texts. People stopped calling me back. People stopped calling. And the reason why is because they needed me, because they could come to me at a convention because I would be near the guests and they would use me to get to them. They would want me to invite them back to the hotel, wherever we were staying, to find out what hotel they were in. They would use me to find out where they were staying and arrange for drinks and private meetings and all this other bullshit, free autographs and free pictures and all the other stuff. And believe me, it hurts. It really, really does hurt, because I've lost maybe around 20 friends because of it. And nobody wants to know now. They've all fucked off. They've all gone. Because they've taken what they can out of me and just fucked me off. Because I'm not working with them, within the industry anymore. I've completely knocked it on the head. A few actual actors have actually done the same. As soon as they found out that I can't make them money anymore, they don't return my calls, they don't PM me back, they stopped wishing me happy birthday, I don't hear from them, no cards in the post, everything's stopped. Because I'm not making them money anymore. And that's the con of the cons. If you're a fan of a film or of an actor or anything else, think about, first of all, how much they're charging you for an autograph. The average going rate at the minute for a lot of the big ones now is between 60 and 100 for a very... There you go. And because they're so... If they're really, really big, because they're so big, there's no photographs at the table. They won't do it. They won't shake your hand. They don't want to. I get it. Germs and everything else. It's a quick signature. Off you go. £100. Or 80 quid, 60 quid, whatever it is. Just like that. But there's probably 20 or 30 actors at that convention that you want to go to, that you want to get your autograph with. And then you've got the photos, then you've got the lining up, then you've got the photo clashes between different areas, and this actor's got a photograph at the same time as this one, so you've got 5 minutes to get from here to get to there. This is the stress. It's the con of the cons. And it's even worse working for them. If you go to the conventions, if you've got a system in place that works for you, stick to it. Don't do what other people are doing, you just stick to your own guns. But please bear in mind, when you're talking to the crew and you're upset and you're pissed off about something, it's not just you. They've probably had 1,000 other people that day or that weekend be pissed off with them, and they're not getting fucking paid for it. They're volunteering their time to help you. Without the crew, there are no conventions. Okay? They don't get fucking paid. A lot of them don't get paid. And they have to put up with everyone's fucking bullshit. So this is why I wouldn't recommend anybody to crew. You'll get some people that have been crewing that long that they've, like what I did, you work your way up that ladder so much so that people know who you are. I had people calling my name at conventions, and I turn around and they're waving. I've got no fucking idea who they are, but they knew who I was because they've seen me at so many different conventions working and everything else. And that's what they want. They want to, oh, I know this person. Oh, we can get me in closer with them. And if I pretend I'm friends with Michael, then I could be friends with this person here because he's friends with the actors and we're all in. And then they try and start adding them on Facebook and saying, oh, I'm Michael's mate. And the amount of times I've had an actor like contact me and that, so your mate's a fucking lunatic. And I just say, well, they're not a friend of mine, they just summoned from the conventions. It's the con of the cons. So my advice to anybody, don't get involved. Don't get involved, because it has ruined my fucking life. I have been so stressed out for so long. I have been used, I have been tossed aside. I've had my heart broken for it. And it is horrible. Absolutely horrible. I wasn't even paid. I wasn't even paid for it. It was a hobby that I liked doing and I wanted to help people out, and I have been used, and I've now got trust issues through it. I won't let anybody in. I've got probably 5 close friends, and everybody else I just know. I know a lot of people, but I'm not necessarily real close friends with them because I never hear from them. People contact me when they want something. It don't work like that no fucking more. Because I tell them all to fuck off. Because I'm not fucking on that train anymore. I have moved on. So my advice to anybody that wants to get involved, wants to crew at these conventions and Comic-Cons and all the other bullshit, is don't do it. And if you do, if you still feel like it's something that you want to do, don't make friends through it. Unless it's the other crew, but don't make friends with random people who want to get in close and want information from you, because they are using you. Believe me, I didn't think stuff like that. I was warned about 15 years ago that it was going on. I never listened. And this year, 2018, in March, I found out the fucking hard way. A so-called best mate of mine had fucking gone, completely deleted me out of their life because I had stopped serving as a purpose for them. They turned me against all these other people, so all my attention was just on that one person and not helping anybody else, because they didn't want them anywhere near the actors or the hotels or anything else. They wanted to be the sole attention for it. And they've completely fucked me over, and I'm on antidepressants because of it, because it's fucked everything up. The stress through doing it was unreal, and I never made a fucking penny from it. A lot of them didn't even give me a thank you. I just turned up, I worked my ass off from 4 o'clock in the morning till gone midnight. I've had situations where I've been up since 4 o'clock in the morning, but I've had to piss about and wait for an actor at 3 o'clock the following morning to turn up, and then I've had a 6 o'clock start because I was a volunteer and that was my job, that was my role, and it can fuck with your head very, very quickly, and that's when you stop enjoying these things. But anyway, gone around the houses as I always do in all my videos, just trying to get all the information out and everything all at once. I hope you take some of this on board, and for anybody who has been through this, I completely sympathise. Actually, do you know what? Comment below. I'd like to know if you've had this situation, because it's horrible. It's not nice at all. Anyway, please click subscribe if you've made it this far in the video. Thank you very much. But please subscribe and give us a thumbs up if you like it. It's difficult for me to do these videos, so that'd be good. And I will see you all in another video another time soon. Thanks everybody. Bye bye.